the clock, the clock on the wall says 2:55, and the clock in the kitchen is slow. Okay, we're doing a live stream now. You're apparently watching the beginning. That's okay. This live stream is called Post-Platonic Participatory Practice, but is also titled The Semite Spotify Invasion. Welcome. I'm General Griswold Gaius Grimm. This is on the other side of the LARP gate. You are now virtually not alone. Here's this.
.com. We can imagine that a person might have a devotion like this to their God, a truly irrational faith, contrary to all the evidence. But can we conceive that a God could love us in such a way? Yet this is the God that Moses encountered in the desert, a God who cares for the lowest of people, who rescues slaves and protects the downcast and marginalized.
Alright, so here's the deal. There is a character on this side of the LARP gate that I refer to as the Semite in my Substack. Fragmented dude person. Good to see you, sir. There's this character I refer to as the Semite on this side of the LARP gate in my Substack. And like lately he was taking on the black Hebrew Israelites or something. It was what his comic book series has been about recently. And but also he's launched this project to manifest this little corner on Spotify in the hopes that Uncle Joe will see him one day, I think. So he's letting all of the troops that are on board with supporting him make these little episodes of post-Platonic, where they don't really ever tell you what post-Platonic means, and they say thislittlecorner.com a lot, and like how you color in the lines of participating in this post-Platonic thing as a person from this little corner is you color within the lines of that. Just say, hey, welcome. Anyway, I'm gonna do the audio for one live here on a live stream because that's how I roll. Welcome and good morning. Here is since Frag showed up and all, we have a fresh Frag for you.
So, the project I have is to make a documentary, and I'd like to interview people who have channels who are connected to this corner of the web of the internet, this corner 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 of the internet.
It's funny. It's funny. I can't find where to click on to show you. There you are. It's funny because like this thing I'm having an issue with right now is both you Frag and both you Frag and some other guy Vanderclay had on said they'd be making documentaries, and as far as I can tell, those documentaries are not being made anymore. And so to you, I offer to be an accountability stalker and ask, this is the accountability stalker segment. You can start the clip here. Excellent. Okay, thank you. I've been watching you. There was a thing you said you'd do. But you have not done what you said you would do. I'm here to take you to account for that. This is a reckoning. Welcome to the LARPgate.
You know, there's one guy who a few weeks ago basically made a video and says, I want to do a documentary about this little corner of the internet. And I said, okay, but he lives in Wisconsin and has, zero understanding of any of this, but hey, he's got a vision and a will to pursue it. So we'll see what happens.
Expression in people saying this corner of the internet. So there's a recognition of place in many senses of the word, geographic only being one of them.
And what our little corner of the universe is doing, little corner of the internet is doing right now is drawing even more strings to that word. So
the internet, because I think there are some little threads or themes that we can kind of draw together and maybe
I don't know, that audio is a little clustered right there, buddy. But did you see?
And what our little corner of the...
Did you see? He put a Grimgriz question, because I did my time at the Bridges of Meaning Discord. Says, the algorithm fed me the leftovers of you and the Apostle of Purpose, Jonathan Pageau, from December. And aside from the urge to splice it with that for my own purposes of self-aggrandizement, and to promote Paintball for Jesus, where the churches funds like paintball teams, Baptist versus Catholics, whatever. Shoot with paintballs. And airsoft is funner, but then it's like you have to do the acronym Fellowship Airsoft Tournament, like a fast, like the team is committed to detox from digital black screens for the period of the competition or something. I don't, and paintball, PB for J is just so much funner to say. Anyway, so these places like YouTube and Odyssey and Spotify and Twitter are these platforms that are above water that hold people's content. And deep down in the Discords are the channel associated generators of content or filters of attention and or places to feel virtually not alone. If you don't know what Discord is, it's funded through Tencent and is very fishy China stuff. I think it's like a Slack for gamers and poor people. But I've never been on Slack, so I don't know if that's accurate. So the Semite is leading a charge onto this other platform for the corner to manifest as content, as a content thought bubble, you could say. This little corner. So like everybody he's let from this little corner goes over there and they say this little corner on Spotify, like a chanting mantra thing. And I'll be recording one of those briefly and demonstrating to you how you too can help the Semites establish a foothold of attention on a new platform in pursuit of Uncle Joe Rogan himself. It's a post-Platonic participatory practice show, and I'm Grimgriz. Here's some more of Chad's drop from today, because he'll let me, I think. But we'll go way down here.
The Stoa types and them in this little corner of the internet. So let's give it a go. This little corner of the internet with Jordan Peterson and John Vervaeke and Jonathan Pageau, and this little corner of the internet with the Symbolic World and the Bridges of Meaning and Awakening from the Meaning Crisis Discord, Jonathan Pageau, and what's going on in this little corner of the internet, and get some more language for it. And it's going to be sort of the hardcore people, like in this little corner of the internet, that really didn't just sort of watch Jordan, as Poe said to me, came for the culture war, stayed for the religion. Well, that's us here in this little corner of the internet. Although we didn't come for the culture war, I've always been here for the religion, because the culture war stuff was data. The tensions within this little corner of the internet, because it is modernist and Protestant in some ways to demand that everything be true at the physical level, and if it is not true at the physical level, we're going to reject it.
Talking about in this corner of the internet is the importance of dialogue.
Okay, so that should give you a taste of how the wizards are manifesting a thought bubble place, and it's like a pocket of intelligibility, because you sort of have to learn the local jargon lingo, and when you do, it unlocks like access to hundreds of brains filtering the same content for the good bits, and you just take a nice little, oh, that little nugget of wisdom was fucking delicious, bro. And some people get off on talking to each other about it. I support that behavior. It makes people feel virtually not alone. But all right. So in order to record one of these, they want me to buy a logger so bad, so bad. Let's look at what we can gather from the format by adding this and this and this by the logger. Well, that part shouldn't be on there. This is what it looks like. You see, like from the thumbnail logo, right? That little man that looks like an angry manager with the sun on his head, made of pee-pee. That's the logo. And on that we can see that there. We can see that the episodes so far have been called number 9, Emmanuel, with Michael Sartori, as heard earlier in the episode. Number 8, with Chad the Alcoholic, about William Griffith Wilson. And so they dedicate. First you have someone to dedicate. Oh, this one's dedicated to Elon, and it's 2233.
This is Post-Platonic, and I am your host, Jacob Federacci. For more about post-nominalist March 1949, BBC radio broadcast, English astronomer Fred Hoyle.
Well, man, I'm not a shining example of your audio, but hey, I'm making one now. But we'll see how that comes out. So, you dedicate an episode to a guy, you say this little corner a couple times, and you pick some songs to play. I'll just be saying the songs. I assume they'll insert those in. I've made a list. So, here we go. You're live for that. Have you been saying? Oh, yeah. The Semite himself is going to come on and talk about it. I forgot that bit. Shut up, dude. Okay. There is no agency, but we totally want what's best for you. Totally. Remember to embody. Be the change you want to see in the world. Participate. Practice. Post platonically. Alright. Have you gone on enough? Dude. Alright, so we send them a zoom and we switch to the other visuals. What do we run meanwhile? More Chad? Dude, you're leaning in hard on that. Well, what else do you have to lean on? Some Federucci himself? Let's surf his page and see what happens, huh? Federucci, I never say your name right, but you're the Semite I am. Oh yeah, the sign of Jonah. I was in that. Go back.
Look, this is what Moses taught.
So you're saying that
that God wants to save all people, not just Jews. Grimm made this point that God's only speaking to the Jews, so square that circle.
All right,
So-
check this.
Yeah.
Matthew is suggesting that Jesus is the sign of Jonah by saying the cave thing. And you're suggesting
it's a silly
that
nonsense.
You're suggesting that Jesus is the sign of Jonah because he's the withering plant.
No, I'm suggesting Jesus didn't think of himself as the sign of Jonah at all. He said all that's going to happen is the sign of Jonah,
Which is the withering plant,
which is the destruction of the temple.
Destruction of a temple.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab my Bible.
What happened there?
The temple was destroyed and the Jewish people were sent into exile so that the entire world would be saved.
So you're saying the sign of Jonah is related? How is the sign of Jonah in Matthew? How is Jesus's appearance a tree withering?
It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Well then, what do we care, man? We're like Christians and stuff. Here he comes, guys. It's the Semite himself to speak with us about the post-Platonic participatory practice and the rules thereof. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. Also, the panopticon placebo. The panopticon placebo. You tired of watching the mainstream? Here, have this placebo. Integrity plot hole. Hey, you're kind of here in that one. Holy smokes!
Let me change my background.
I see half of you. Oh, this is a fancy one. That's why. There's 2 pieces and everything. It's weird.
There we go. That's better.
Hold on. Aha! Alright, and then I go to, hey, I want to be on the screen too. Look at that. Now we're both here. Welcome.
Hello.
It's pretty awesome that you're willing to come on the show at 6 o'clock in the morning, Easternish time.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock where I am. Well, no, it's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 5 o'clock where I am. And because I'm jet lagged, I'm awake. So.
Well, hold on, because, like, I apparently don't have your audio again. I do that to people. I apologize. Why is Zoom coming out of that audio? There we go. That should fix it. Would you speak again, please?
Hello?
Haha! Mother. There we go. Now
Okay.
people can hear you. Excellent.
Did you? Okay, so what I was saying is it's 4 a.m. in Los Angeles and 5 a.m. where I am, but I'm jet lagged, so I'm up at this ungodly hour.
Okay, and so I'm going to do a little meditation to get people where in their heads where they need to be for this. And then I thought we could talk the post-Platonic Spotify invasion.
Okay.
Okay. So, everyone, I'm going to need you to close your eyes and play along. Or roll your savings throws for them, Grim. Jesus, man, that's your... There's people that come and watch my stuff just to see what their savings throws are for the week. You know, anything you can grab onto in a source of desperation.
It's a liturgy.
You get to pick survival, social, wisdom. Do it right. Wisdom or heart. Choose one. Don't tell me it's like you're making a birthday wish, but choose one, okay?
I chose one.
All right, here we go. Remember, over 10, you take half damage from the mind control. Survivalists. With a 13, my lighting is terrible tonight. The sun isn't up yet. Socialists with an 8. Sophists also with an 8. And those of you with heart 4 chambers times 4 chambers is 16. Congratulations. Your heart protects you from what follows. Okay, now for the meditation. All right, you're floating in the ocean, and you find a big red ship. And you crawl up on the ship, and you meet a bunch of people on the ship, and then you see an island over there. And a guy, you see on the island, a bald monkey you used to watch all the time because he talked to Papa Peterson. So you see him over there on this island, and you're like, we need to be over there. Who can lead us into such strange and terrifying territory? And the only proper answer that comes to your mind to manage the integration of you into this new and foreign culture on the island is what do you call him? A Semite? Jacob, tell us about the Post-Platonic show on Spotify and how people from this corner seem to be allowed to participate if they follow the format.
So the whole point was, in fact, that people from this corner would participate. I deliberately, episode 7, I kind of did a sign off, and I said, I hope that I make no more episodes myself. And yeah, on Sunday, nobody made one for this week, and I was like, am I going to make one? And I started to make one, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to make one, because if nobody's going to do it, nobody's going to do it. And yeah, so you noticed the theme of music, right?
I noticed that music plays. I get like 15 seconds per person clip of the songs that play.
The workaround with that is
we're honest. We do it straightforward, like a consumer, and see what. And it's
no. I'm telling you what you can do as a consumer. Pause it and go to YouTube and go listen to the full song, and come back.
No, I'm not jumping through 4 hoops just to get the full show, man. But I listen to hear the people talking anyway.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I would figure the song thing is part of you working. You have to do that in service to their platform.
No. That's backwards. I am partially on that platform because they allow the songs, and I think the songs are really important. And that was the theme of the first episode, was we have to be dancers, right? Like that song, are we human or are we dancer? Well, if you're not a dancer, you're not a human. You have to be a dancer. It's just part of being human is being a dancer, and like good music makes you move. You have no choice.
It's the way you want the spells cast by the monks from this corner of the internet.
You could call it that. I just want to see us moving rhythmically together more.
Ooh, dirty. Is that the secret behind the pee-pee? Is to get us dancing?
Like you said, if you're going to F the ineffable, F it hard.
Oh my. Oh my.
You're the one who said it. I quoted you.
Oh, I know. It's so rectifying. Hi, everybody. This is Sylvia.
Ooh, what happened to your kitty?
I had her sterilized because I only get to practice eugenics on animals in this life. And I gotta get the urge out somewhere.
You're amusing yourself way too much, Grizz.
No. Some people can only laugh through others. So I'm embodying the laughter for them. Come on, man. This is a charitable offering I make to the world for my time. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. It's just people LARPing. We want what's best for you. So yeah, I've how many songs does this person need? Like, what is the official format? One should like, what's the moves you like to see or have seen in the dancing for this post-Platonic participatory practice from this little corner of the internet?
Every episode has like a patron saint who shouldn't be too saintly. So you have to choose kind of like a patron saint. And my definition of that is somebody who was in a situation and did what you would want to do if you were in that situation.
So, a historical figure, what modeled?
Hopefully a living figure, but could be a historical figure. I prefer modern people.
But okay, all right. So I think I can talk PVK into it, right? But he's got to dedicate the thing to C.S. Lewis.
I kind of during this trip, I drove PVK from Chicago to Grand Rapids.
Whoa, that poor man. Whoa, I just blew up the mic. Whoa, that poor man. Okay, there.
So I had 3 hours of a captive audience, and I made him listen to episodes of Post Platonic. And I asked him to host one, and he said, "Well, if I do it, it's going to be after November." So.
Oh, like it doesn't just take these 20 minutes. It's about to take me to record one.
Well, if you notice, he hasn't actually put anything on his channel recently. He's been kind of busy.
It's audio only. You can do it on the toilet. Anyway, okay. So what? I'm gonna record one. I think you need about 20. All right. So first you pick a saint, and then how much talkie time does the recording need?
So the goal is to be around an hour long. So it also depends how long the songs are. And Spotify requires they say they require at least a minute between each song and a minimum of 10 minutes of speaking.
No, but like this is your thing. You'd like people that represent us in this corner, in this event, to like have a certain, like you say, that like overall an hour.
Originally it was just a playlist of songs. So the reason I started adding voice was because of Spotify's requirements. So I'm not, an hour long with at least 10 minutes of talk works. If you put in a lot of music, but just to do the things, which is I have an intro and I have an outro.
Don't slam your hand at me, Jacob.
What?
Don't slam your hand at me and bounce. It's very traumatic.
I'm sorry. So on the Post Platonic server, which I haven't really.
All right. Come on. Wake up. We need an hour. You can play as more, like you want it to be a mainly musical song. Should I lean into like playing songs that resonate with me for people, or like the patron saint I'm supposed to talk about?
No. The patron, you're not even supposed to so much talk about the patron saint, because part of it is supposed to be an exploration. And if people are interested, they can go look up that person and find out more about him. But So you do the intro, you do the outro, and you the rest is supposed to be mostly quotes or poems or well, first segment is always supposed to be some sort of allegory. So
your mom's an allegory.
What?
I said your mom is an allegory.
Everybody's mom is an allegory.
Well, Bobby Boucher, my medulla oblongata doesn't understand the word allegory. What? Could you explain it? Could you explain it to me, please?
It's a story with a moral at the end, a parable. So
you heard it here, folks. An allegory is a fancy word for parable.
Yeah, I think allegory and parable are synonyms. Allegory, the representation of abstract ideas as or principles by characters, figures, or events in narrative, dramatic, or pictorial form.
Yeah, that just is what? I didn't hear any of that, sir. I apologize.
The representation of abstract ideas or principles by characters, figures, or events in narrative, dramatic, or pictorial form.
All right, so tell a story.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
you pick a patron, tell a story.
Segment. Yeah.
And then
play intro. You should do the intro, which I have a script for.
Can you recite it to me right now?
Sure.
Without looking it up, from your heart. This is a project of love, man. Come on.
No, I can't. I have to look at the pinned messages. So the intro text is, this is Post-Platonic, and I am your host, ... and this is a thing. If possible, I prefer no anonymity unless there's a reason for it, like you're in AA. Every episode is dedicated to a saint of sorts. Yeah, so that's
louder, like you care. Come on, give it to me. Give me a little more juice on it. Come on, I know you're tired, but
no, it's so yeah. The intro, just this is Post-Platonic, and I am your host. And then plug this little corner of the internet, thislittlecorner.com, and yeah, that's basically the intro.
And then fill an hour of talky talk with stories and songs.
Yeah, or poems. Poems are good.
All right.
And then there's the outro.
What's the outro?
This has been Post-Platonic with your host, ... For more content from this little corner of the internet, please visit this-little-corner.com. There you will find a search engine that will let you explore some of the communities which are engaging the cutting edge of human thought from many different perspectives, including a post-nominalist Neoplatonic perspective. We invite you to join us in the dialogue. You can leave a voice message through the Spotify app. We also invite you to engage with the Discord servers, YouTube channels, and various social media online. There are also real-life meetups and estuary discussion groups around the world. May the One grant us the strength to change that which we can, the grace to accept that which we cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference.
All right, can you do me the solid of DMing me on Discord directly to that thing?
Sure. Why didn't you join my server like a good person? I'm joking. The server's not very good.
Well, I need the right link in my Discord DMs because I'm in the middle of a live stream over
here. Yeah. There's the outro, and there's an invitation to the Post-Platonic server.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to record one now and live stream it at the same time.
Okay.
I think it'll fit the requirements you've laid out to us today. And if not, well, what did you expect?
Just be careful of copyright. So if you're going to use any text, you can ask me if there are copyright problems.
No, I'm not using any text, man. It's just gonna come out the way it comes out, like hot and fresh, creme grise.
Okay.
I don't that anonymity clause. I haven't incorporated it as an LLC yet, but like, I'm so many different fictions. Why does it matter what name I put on it?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't like using your name, huh? I don't like anonymity.
Well, I'll record one, and if you don't use it, that's fine. I'm just demonstrating to everybody from the corner how easy it is, and how any jackass could do it. That's what mine will be, and if it doesn't end up as one, then so be it.
Yeah, I guess I'll let you be anonymous, just as a personal favor to you.
It's not anonymous. Like, it's half a layer deep. Anybody who gives a damn can find my legal. This is the name you sue him with. It's just, that's not who I put on the internet. I'm on a costume on a stage on this side of the fourth wall that there is not one, because people still expect there to be one, and they can project onto it easier if it looks like one. The LARP gate is complicated, my friend, but you know I'm a good person.
Okay. Well, it was important to me to actually come and meet you and have a burger with you.
Ah, yes. You did, have the opportunity to assassinate me and decided the ADL approved and let me live. And I appreciate that. It means I'm not on the wrong side of the middleman. I'm the people who run things that far yet. I'm a canary in a coal mine, but I'm not in danger from that department. Knowing where the threats are going to come from make the paranoia less diverse.
You're a friend of the Jews, so you have to worry about the KKK now.
What?
You're a friend of the Jews.
Dude, I have blue eyes. They can't.
KKK. What?
I have blue eyes. Worst case scenario, they have to keep me for breeding purposes. Ba-dum-bum. So I'm going to record a post-platonic now. And we'll see what happens. I'll be demonstrating to everyone how easy it is after this clip from Sign of Jonah over on your channel, which is...
Federici.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll see you around. No, I'll see you soon. Remember, everybody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. This is the post-platonic participatory practice live stream, where I will be participatingly practicing, demonstrating how to record an episode of Post-Platonic for the Semites' invasion of Spotify in pursuit of Uncle Joe. Right?
If you say so.
If I say so. Thanks, Jacob. All right, here's more of that one thing, and then I'll be back to record my entry into the post-Platonic universe, if it passes muster.
Where do they get the withering tree then, if the withering tree is the sign?
The withering tree is the destruction of the temple. Just like it says that it provided shade, right? It was a sukkah, it was a tabernacle.
Where is it in Matthew?
12:23,
chapter 12, yeah. But we looked at the Hebrew, right? It talks about the sukkah, the tabernacle, right? That it was a shade, it was a sukkah, sham sukkah, right? V'yaslo sham sukkah, v'yashav tachteha betzel, right? So he made a sukkah and he sat there, and God created this plant which was a shade for him, which is the temple, and then it went away. And that made Jonah angry when it actually should have made him sad, and realize that God had a plan.
Well, I at least understand your argument now. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to go return to my unrepentant ways. It was nice to see you and everybody. Good to see you, Chris.
Good to
God
see you,
bless.
man.
Doc,
Oh wait, dude, there has not been a Reaper retort for so long. Where is everybody? Good morning. Why are you awake? What is that? Oh, You. Okay, alright, here we go. An episode of Post Platonic. This is how easy and fun it is for everybody to do. That's the outro text. Get on the Discord to see the intro text. What? I must complete a few more steps before I can talk. Treat everyone with respect. Absolutely no harassment, witch hunting. He harbors witches in this place. No spam or self-promotion? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I got the outro. He pasted it. We'll paste the intro on earlier because, like, if you have the audacity, you have the ability. What? Bring back what? This has been Post Platonic with your host ... For more content from this little corner of the internet, please visit thislittlecorner.com. There, you will find a search engine that will let you explore some of the communities which are engaging in the cutting edge of human thought from many different perspectives, including a post-nominalist Neoplatonic perspective. We invite you to join us in the dialogue. You can leave a voice message through the Spotify app. We also invite you to engage with the Discord servers, YouTube channels, and various social media online. There are also real-life meetups and estuary discussion groups around the world. May the One grant us the strength to change that which we can, the grace to accept that which we cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. Alright, now I'm going to do the intro. This is Post Platonic, and I am your host, Griswold Gaius Grimm of the First LARP Ingression Protocol, founding member of the Fraternal Regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy, because the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants was taken. If you've made it this far, you know that the episodes of this podcast have a format which we follow, and that includes the intro you just heard, as well as an allegory, a story demonstrating a moral or a principle, and selections of music. For my first audio offering, I present to you Talk Tonight by Oasis. I wanna talk tonight. about how you saved my life. The song plays. The T.S. Apostolos. And Chris Pico. Good morning, everybody. What, didn't you already do one of these, Chris? Anyway, last night's live stream, I shouted you out for being a father, and also sent an accountability stalker after you about the Book of Job book. Do you remember? Remember, everybody? How, like, I was supposed to be able to buy a kid's book on the Book of Job, and I still can't. That's Gollum. Okay, so now we go to that song played. So back to and see, ladies and gentlemen, back. Well, take a drink. Play some clip. What? Sure, dude. It's your show.
Dominic, if you want to come on, you can.
I
So
think
we've been
that your take
absolutely
is not that
ignoring
different.
nothing. What?
I think your take is not that different.
Oh, Chad is here. Chad, you can come on if you want. I'll send you a link.
Your take is more like it's less about Jonah and more about God. Is basically what you're saying. You're saying that God loves his children, and that's what Jesus basically tried to say, is that God is good, or not his children, whatever the word you use, the bastard children. God loves the bastard children.
There's no reason for you to be scared, Dominic. No, I wouldn't say bastard children. I would say the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 70th born children. Israel is the firstborn, and the other 70 nations are the other children.
Yeah. So basically, like, the moral of the story is, like, don't be so hard on your little brother.
Yeah.
So why are you beating up on Christians?
I'm not beating up on Christians.
I'm just kidding.
So did I make my points? Well, I think I actually didn't make my point, but you guys.
Welcome back to this episode of Post Platonic. It is brought to you by thislittlecorner.com. You want to get in good with the tech overlord Ryan Lewis? Go to thislittlecorner.com and see who he lets be considered in this corner. Scene? Sure, scene. What I've noticed in my own consumption of these episodes of Post-Platonic is that it seems to be a slow show, one which we can lull you to sleep and then stick our music into your ears. Thank you, Spotify, for giving us this opportunity. We're coming for you, Uncle Joe. Here's Slow Show by The Nationalist. No, just The National. Like, I'm doing, I don't know, are those even a minute? Hi guys, where'd you go? Where'd I go? Where's everybody? Remember everybody? Integrity plot holes. What? Shh. It's gonna be alright. This is all going to be alright. There's this episode. You know how much trouble I just got in? Oh my, I just lost my NAFTA funding. Not NAFTA, you know the one. Some acronym. Won't fund me now. Because that voice I just did. How easy it is to destroy your own career in this world today. It's so hard. It's so hard. Pity money? Hi. Do you feel virtually not alone? Because that's what we're going for here. Like a lot of people are locked up all by themselves. A lot of old people are locked up all by themselves. It's called the Silver Tsunami, and they're the most highly targeted by the scam artists and stuff. And in a world like that, it's important to be reminded of the character values that hold our society together. In this little corner, we have fascinating discussions like the one with Grim Grizz and Karen Wong from the Meaning Code, where I land Joseph Campbell's God Mask concept on like the prominent side of the members of this little corner. And that's like Palmer is always getting on to me for not clearly stating my goals in this little corner. He's like the most banished merit badge guy. But anyway, so this little corner is a virtual space. That it's a thought space that you get through your little black mirrors you hold in your hand and play songs on. I usually roll savings throws against mind control for those in my little corner of the internet to remind everyone that we are, as a species, we get better at what we do, and since Bernays we've been doing propaganda, so you're drowning in it. And remember to at least me reminding you to make your saving throw against the mind control. It gives actually a bonus to you in your real life versus the mind control. It's powerful magic. And it also invokes bingo, the way I show the numbers. It is not at all a numbers game, as far as I know. Wow. Here's the song 11 by some Tool. Are they on Spotify? Is that going to be allowed?
At the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to listen to Solomon's wisdom, and now something greater than Solomon is here. You want to keep going?
Yeah.
When an impure spirit comes out of the person, it goes through arid places seeking rest and does not find it. Then it says, I will return to the house I left. When it arrives, it finds the house unoccupied, swept clean, and put in order. Then it goes and takes with it 7 other spirits more wicked than itself, and they go in and live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. This is how it will be with this wicked generation.
Now, this for as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the fish, I think that was added in because when you take that one verse out, it makes perfect sense.
Makes pretty good sense with it in there, though.
No, the sign of Jonah is the leaf. It's the plant. It's the kikayon. That is the sign of Jonah.
Why?
Why is it the plant and not being swallowed by a whale for 3 days?
Because that's what God showed to Jonah. God showed him, right? So Jonah goes to Nineveh. Nineveh repents, and then Jonah goes outside, and he needs a sign. He needs to learn, and that's the lesson of Jonah. It's in chapter 4, not in chapter 1.
So
the lesson is at the end, of course, as it always is.
So does it even matter? Because the whole verse 39 there, right before verse 39, they're asking him for a sign. And the whole point that he's making is that they're is that they have a hardness of heart, and so they're asking for a sign. And whether it's him getting thrown in the belly of the whale because of his hardness of heart, or then him cursing that tree because it fades and withers or whatever, that's also his
hold
heart.
on.
All trees wither, my men. All trees wither. Hi, I'm Griswold Gaius Grim of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. A shaper that entered the body of a human mortal you all know and love as some legal fiction I'm not mentioning. This corner of the internet is a cognitive outsourcing node. There's people here that speak Greek, there's people here that do art. It's a marketplace of human brains and attention, all gathered around a pastor man from Sacramento and adjoining bubbles of content consumption. It's a shared virtual space. We go to the same class, essentially, and some of us take part in the comment sections thereof. And then those thoughts are like an extension of the hive mind chat I have live on the live streams. The comment section is an asynchronous hive mind which influences the content creator's thoughts as he consumes them, unless he makes a savings throw. And you can have people who have learned Greek and read the original scriptures weigh in on your questions in this neighborhood. And for those in existential crisis, such things can be very useful. I promote that these virtual spaces are a playground. It's like Valerie's letter in the movie V for Vendetta. So I guess the story I'm trying to tell you is the one of this little corner, because apparently that's not exactly clear, other than you need to visit this little-corner.com. And you can, like if you want to get somebody canceled, there's like this whole group of YouTubers. You can search for things to cancel them by. Thanks to Ryan Lewis. Apparently he's funded Jacob the Semite to pimp his stuff on Spotify. And if you'd like to play along, and you're from this little corner, wow. Here's I'm Miss World by Hole.
Hold on. No.
So it's all about hardness of heart.
No, you're getting it all completely wrong. Yes.
Nope.
Mm-hmm,
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
You're absolutely
Let
wrong.
me recap with my understanding, and then you guys can both. Okay, so Jonah goes to watch Nineveh get destroyed, and then
No.
he finds a plant, and then he gets upset when the plant is gone.
No, that's not what happens.
I just read it, and that's what happened.
No. Nineveh did not get destroyed.
But that's why.
What translation
Jonah
is this?
went to go watch.
This is the NIV.
Why would you read it from the NIV?
What difference does it make?
I don't know. That's just what people say.
We can read the Hebrew if you prefer.
Not of Matthew, you can't, can you?
This not Matthew. Jonah is one of the. It is the reading at the end of Yom Kippur, the highest Jewish holiday.
Okay.
It is one of the most important parts of Judaism.
We're gonna have to clear this up. Let's go back to the English part of the Jonah. We'll do
This
the
is
part.
the English part of the Jonah.
And all right. Where's it go to Nineveh? Go scroll up, would you?
No. This is when he left Nineveh.
Did I ever manage to dedicate? Let's do another one if you did. Okay, sure. And Doc Marty. This episode of Post Platonic is dedicated to Dr. Emmett Brown. He faced what is known as the Emmett Brown conundrum as a time traveler, and as time travelers, at least going forward at regular speed, we all can learn from the conundrum of Dr. Brown. He knew the future that was coming, but much like Cassandra, knowing didn't, he was out of pocket to make an impact. And also he was following that, like, don't make an impact and screw up the timelines rule from that series of movies. And I used to, like, one of my first leftist fantasies was time traveling back to the natives and being like, no, the demons are coming. The demons are coming. And because that's the way they taught us our history in the 90s after the last Great Reset. Here is Kay's Choice with Not an Addict.
This is chapter 4. If you want, we can go back and read from the beginning. This is
That was a threat. Hi, everybody. This is a live stream. I'm here for you virtually, not alone, with your morning coffee this Monday, June 20th of the year 2022. It's approximately 7:38 a.m. Eastern Time. This is a live instantiation of the LARP gate. Henceforth, by verbal binding, an NFT, probably following to the usage agreements that nobody reads for the YouTube itself, so it's probably their NFT. There's a new sphere, and like the web catches people. There's this place where we send our minds to play through these black mirrors, and that makes us part of a distributed cognition, neurons firing in the hive mind of the Overton window that steers along the panopticon of human behavior, currently being poorly curated through a flood of well-oiled machines. But the cost of production and the access of venues for attention has divided us into some great amount of discord. And in those discords, clusters of little red attention ants hold each other's hands and create a bubble of air for them to breathe and not drown in this information deluge. Welcome. I'm your host, Grim Grizz, from the internet. This is Post Platonic, and you don't have any other songs left. So here's some Shaky Graves with Unlucky Skin. Oh wait, rants. He's got a rant section.
Focus, a ridiculous focus, on the Jews, oftentimes for reasons they themselves are not really aware of, unfortunately. But when you look at it in actual totality and you have them actually discuss their ideas, okay, you're anti-Zionist, what do you dislike about Zionism? the treatment of the Palestinians. Oh, so you were very concerned.
I have a like the community strike is supposed to fall off in 10 days. So, you know. This is Griswold Gaius Grim of the First Larpin Aggression Protocol as in a manifestation of the fraternal regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy. Remember, Embody, we want what's best for you. Because it works out what's best for you is best for us. And if you're not North Korean, then we really are concerned about how you're doing. I don't know. So there's an outro I do now. And then afterward, we'll see how many more minutes of fill I have to do to hit the hour. And then I will have a submission for the post-Plutonic participatory practice and the Semite invasion of Spotify. Here's me performing the outro. Oh, I did the outro already. Let's do it again in case it's a bad cut. Fine. Remember, Embody, there is no fourth wall. It's just people doing this. Also, Sylvia can't have kittens anymore. And now she has to wear the cone of shame for making kittens. Oh, I got it. There's a show. This has been Post-Platonic with your host, Griswold Gaius Grim of the First LARP Aggression Protocol. For more content from this little corner of the internet, please visit this-little-corner.com. There you will find a search engine that will let you explore some of the communities which are engaging in the cutting edge of human thought from many different perspectives, including a post-nominalist, post-Platonic perspective. It's a re-enchantment perspective. The obfuscationists, a lot of them. We invite you to join us in the dialogue. You can leave a voice message through the Spotify app, and that makes us look really good because that's the type of engagement Spotify wants to see on their little attention farm. We invite you to also engage with the Discord servers such as Griswold Gaius' Grim, my own Broken Clock Tower. There are also real-life meetups and estuary discussion groups around the world. May the One grant us the strength to change that which we can, the grace to accept that which we cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. Live in the hive mind from the Philippines, as far as I can tell. Oh, everything I do is brought to you by the Shadow Cabal of Production Executives. I didn't get a new slogan for this episode. Live in the Hive Mind chat from the Philippines, it's Daniel. What's going on, Daniel? I thought I'd do a morning episode. What time is it over there? Like, bejesus? Bejesus 30? Everybody, see, you too can make an episode of Post-Platonic on Spotify in service to the Semite and this little corner. This little corner no, not the last .com. Remember, everybody, there is no agency. It's just us LARPing together. It is 7:45 p.m. in the Philippines, 6:45 a.m. in strange parts of Oklahoma. Thank you for your time and attention and your submissions to help us establish a foothold of attention on that platform. This little corner. Go stand. Let's do a back shady deal in the back of this corner.